So much trouble with signal today. Oh, poop. How's the battery? 92. I don't know if we can maneuver this or not. Let's just let it sit there for a few minutes. Let me put you outside. Do you want to go out the front? Oh, wow. Mama having trouble getting up out of that chair today. There you go. Come on, kitty. Out. Kitty, out. Kitty, out. Come on. Come on outside with Wendy. Go outside. Go with Wendy. Go, kitty. All right. You don't want to go out right now. I don't know. Nobody's here, right? I don't think. Let me fix something. Oh, there's Beth. Let me fix this to this. Ah. Hey, Iris. I'm having something on my mind and I don't know how to maneuver it right now. You know how sometimes that happens? And Wendy and the baby kitty, okay, the baby kitty, my son's daughter, the 2-year-old, her name's Riley. She says that the baby kitty's name is Bobby. And when I said something about Bobby's usually a girl's name, I don't know whether to give in on that one or what. But Wendy just went outdoors and I'm having trouble with, there we go, has all been challenging all morning. Whoops, if I can do that from there. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Stop wiggling around, right? Yeah, I mean, I know Bobby can be a girl's name, sort of, but whatever. And some Robertas are Bobbies. Whatever. I don't know. I let that baby kitty cat stay outside all night last night. And it was chilly. But I did a partial barter deal with a neighbor. I'm sorry about all this sun. Look at the sun. I mean, sun's not bad, but wow, I just realized you couldn't see me for the color. Anyway, hey Leanna. So I did a partial barter with a neighbor for the black table that had the tall shelves on it, the fold-up table. And part of the payment was for them to get me a bale of straw. And straw isn't, used to be like $7 or something. It was, I don't know, $13, $15, something like that. But anyway, it was part of the payment I took in a bale of straw, which is out in the wheelbarrow. And part of that straw is to make comfortable outdoor beds for baby kitty. Because after the Tilly attacks on Wendy, I had to change that. Tilly had to go. So Tilly went back with her original family, extended family. All right, kitty, don't mess with my hair, please. It hurts when you use your claws. So, oh, you know what? I didn't change this thing. I don't know if it's going to let me. Uh, oh, wrong thing. That's fine. And, but this one, let's change this. I can't. What is this live chat summary? That's new. All right. Let's just do that and make it that you got to be a subscriber to comment today. So please, guys, housekeeping stuff. Please be respectful. Please keep your politics over on your own side for today. Well, for most of the time. I do believe in the great creator. I use other names for that creator. None of it is meant to be a problem for anybody else. You do you, but be careful what you say in here, please. Um, uh, let's keep topics as much as we can to off-grid life, nomadic life, wintering. I'm open to answering questions that you might have about stuff in your own life or your own choices you're making or whatever. I'm willing. So are my community members willing to help y'all out with whatever you need. I don't know. Please use 3 uppercase Q's before your comment in chat that you would like me to actually read and comment on. Otherwise, I scroll past things because I'm on a phone and the messages go quickly. And if it has 3 uppercase Q's, I know to read it. So that's how we do things here. So the general kind of things that I deal with are off-grid, alternative lifestyle, alternative thinking in a lot of ways. I've had some health issues, but I've been healing them up. I'm a great spokesperson in the moment for making your own homemade kefir. Kefir is just doing a different stage of healing for me right now. So I'm doing a lot of kefir. And I am in Northeast Arizona. I haul my water currently. Just had a of my here. And this morning, I was not able to phone call earlier. So we just deal with it. So I often will just talk about stuff that I've got going on, and then I'll catch up with whatever you guys are asking me for questions and comments, and we'll talk about that stuff. And so, how can I help you in your process of making nomad or going off grid or whatever? Or I'm good with small space design. I'm beautiful. There's the kitty. She has got massive paws, but she's been outside all night, so I let her in again. And she's been in and out a lot. Can you see her paws? She's such a pretty girl, though. Okay, now we'll. Yes, I sleep on a sofa bed. No, I didn't make my bed this morning. Yes, I did a lot of my morning routine things. Um, I'm feeling pretty good. Um, I just saw Donna Kay's pink hands. Hi, Donna. Glad you're here. How are you feeling, Miss Donna? I'm going to go back and check for uppercase Q messages too. I'm just not sure how I'm going to maneuver this. Well, so started. It's 9:30. Well, so started. It's 9:30 in the morning, and I did get just as it was getting daylight. I would say it was about 5:30, something like that. I fed the cat. Well, first fed the cat, then I fed the birds. Walked around a little bit, put the hot water, bit, put the hot water. Okay, I already had trash over to my trash burning area, and then I got Wendy her, yeah, and then I got Wendy her duck jerky treat, and I made myself. I filled duck jerky treat, and I made myself. I filled my hot water jug for in the house. This it's called an air pot, but they're like gas station coffee pots. And so I made water in a Kelly kettle this morning and filled that pot. So it's got boiling hot water in it. And I made a cup of coffee. And Wendy and I went out on the porch with her duck jerky treat. And I sat out there for a little while. That's how my day's been so far. I have something on my mind. I am pretty confident that it's another learning, figuring out thing, and I'm okay with it. But it concerns like so when I travel in my 1998 Chevy Tracker. It is a two-door first gen body style tracker. It's got a lift kit. It's got air shocks on it. It's got large tires. It's a cool little off-road rig. Where my cabin is very off grid as well. Off road, off grid. It's dirt roads getting here, people. So it's a thing. I'm my hair's weird this morning as I see myself. My hair anyway. So I see Beth saying, "Thank you, Mike, for using the uppercase Q's." I appreciate that, Mike, too, because it makes it much simpler for me to just focus on something and not have to read every little message coming past me. So, most of my favorite coffee mugs. I think I got it. It's a Bowden's. I think I got it as a tea cup or something. I don't know, but it was on sale somewhere. And I just keep trying to protect it because it's glass. I've got to do things like wash dishes today, and I didn't get them done. So Thursday was a holy day, in my opinion. And so I was keeping a holy day. I'm sorry, Thursday? Friday. Oh, I have my days mixed up. Friday was a holy day, and then yeah, that's right. Friday was a holy day, and then Saturday was a Sabbath. So I've had 2 days of rest days. Okay. And so I didn't get all my normal getting ready for Sabbath or getting ready for a holy day cleaning finished. So some of the dishes were really, really dirty because I'm allergic to propane. And so I use alternative fuels. Well, I don't really have a way to use charcoal right this minute. Well, I kind of do, but I didn't anyways because it was raining and stuff. So I filled the 5 gallon bucket with water and dish soap and I soaked a lot of those dishes. So today being Sunday, I've got to wash all those dishes and then I've got a little bit of laundry. If I get it done today, that's great. If I don't get it, reorganizing, the buffering's getting to me today. Um, So some of that uh, is going on. Okay, so Leanne saying, happy you are able to broadcast today. Has anyone come up with names for baby kitty? Leanna, the only name anybody came up with yet is Riley, the 2-year-old daughter of my son, says that her name is Bobby. That's all I've got so far. And then Beth saying buffering, sad face. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Donna K. Gonna winter here in Iowa. Son is visiting from Texas, and granddaughter coming Monday. Getting the warm bedding ready for my Texans. Okay, Donna. You be careful, okay? Take care of yourself. I know you've had some health issues too, and it's been challenging and hard. I'm gonna yes, and enjoy your visit with them. I hope it goes really well. Um, so while we're not buffering, I'm gonna try to talk to you a little bit about what's going on for me thought wise, because you guys might have something. Oh, okay, getting stronger from hospital stay, but now on hospice. I'm so sorry, Donna. I hope it's okay. I know it's okay. We love you. You've been a wonderful community member out here. So hang in there, okay? I know it's hard to be going through what you're going through. I can't even imagine it yet. Okay. So I'm trying to hold this phone still and I see the changes in the light. Oh, hold it right there. Don't move it. Okay. So, yeah, many, many hugs, Donna K. So, what's on my mind is I think I need a break again. And the last time I needed a break, I went to El Moro, which is an hour-ish away, which was wonderful. But I think it's Wednesday. I don't know. It could be Tuesday, but Tuesday or Wednesday, I need to go look on my calendar. I can't see it from here. Okay. But Tuesday or Wednesday is the beginning of the Feast of Tabernacles. I keep these things. Y'all do you. You don't have to do anything the way I do it. That's between you and the creator, not me. And I've been told for a long time to keep these. So I'm doing it. Um anyway, so whatever day that starts on, which I need to look at it again, I'm going to get a break. I'm going to camp. I'm going to set up the tent. I'm going to sleep in the tent, even if I have to do it right here on my own property. But I would like to go away from my property. And, but, And I don't know which word to use. I have not fixed the leak in the rear portion of the roof of my tracker. And I have most all the stuff here to fix it, but I haven't bought the weather stripping, and I haven't pulled the window apart enough to find out if there's butyl tape inside the window frame. Both of the windows need to come off. The windows are pouring water like waterfalls, and there's rain coming. Well, predicted rain from some storm off of, I don't know where. I I would really like it if somebody would just show up and help me do that. Or somebody would say, "Hey, come over. We have a place where you can put the car underneath something and pull the windows out and get it fixed." I'm just concerned that I'm going to get the windows pulled out, run into a snag, and not be able to get them back in before it rains. And I don't have anything under cover. And if that was already fixed, the paint and the painting part is not the issue. The issue for me is the windows, and I've never had to put weather stripping on a car window. And I know how to change an RV window. It shouldn't be much different. But how do I know if there's butyl tape in there? I should just buy some, but to get it, um I can't just get it. I have to order it because I don't know anybody that's got any butyl tape in the neighborhood. I used to keep it when I had old trailers around, but it's just enough of a thing. But if that leak was fixed, I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just, whether I went off on my own, went to El Moro again, or what, I would be fine. Yeah, I got a couple of new things that need some adjustments, and like I got new awning poles, and I got this rear of the like an SUV tent for a mini car, and I basically know how I'm going to set it up, like with the awning poles like you do for a tarp, but it does have like a screen door as well as a regular like tent door with the zippers in it, which was worth the $50 I paid for it, okay? But I'm going to use tent poles to hold it up like I would install an awning. And so I've tried it on the car once for size, and I knew it's good enough. I was keeping it. So it's just a matter of like practicing with that. Um, and then, yes, um, I see Leanna's message as I'm saying this. Lesa, do you still have a tent? Yes, I do. Um, I do have a tent. I have a like you can't stand up in it, but like a bedroom tent. Yeah, I have one, and it's fine. And so, yes, I was thinking about doing that, but I just, I have a lot of stuff in my head, right, about how do I go at this. And then I've had some of my Nomad friends who have been asking me about, are you coming to Quartzsite this winter? Well, I don't care about Quartzsite at all or Yuma anymore. The last few times I were down there, my friends, sure, but those places, they're a yawn to me. Not that interested. So I don't know. And then, I mean, if the leak was already fixed in the tracker, I now it's running good enough. I would probably even consider going to visit my son in Arkansas. And so the best I got is I don't know how I want to think about this right now, but it's just kind of coming up. And like I said, I need the break. And it being FOT is my short for tabernacles. Um, I'm going to keep it. So wherever I keep it, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something. And I have all my camping gear. None of that's a problem. I have plenty of warm blankets and stuff like that. So I'm not concerned about the temperature changes. Little concern for rain, but not horrible. I just don't know. So that's kind of the thing that's in front of me right now. I did just order some starter winter garden plants. And when one of my other friends heard that I did that, they went, "Oh, you're not coming to visit any of us." And I was like, "Well, um, that doesn't, the fact that I ordered some starter cabbage plants doesn't have anything to do with whether I take a trip somewhere or not. Doesn't have anything to do with it." Um, and so, yeah, in the next couple of weeks, I'll get those starter plants. They're from a neighbor. And there's going to be cabbage, arugula. I'm not sure I remember everything. Broccoli and cauliflower, I think. Mustard greens, some stuff like that, that I'll put in the garden because I can, because I've been messing around with my garden. And a winter garden like that in this area, it most of those plants will grow most of the year. It's the worst of the cold, which is more in February. But the worst of the cold of the winter is the only thing that would. Why are we getting. Did did one of you guys change the settings? Beth, did you change the setting? I don't. It said that somebody changed the setting. A moderator turned off subscribers only. Anybody can send a message. But on my phone, it says that that's not true. Anyways, I don't know. Right. And so a winter garden doesn't need me to be here. Those plants will be fine whether I'm here or not. And so now that I got the straw to put, I can insulate any like herb plants or whatever that I'm concerned about, or like the garlic cloves I put in. I could put a little straw over the top of it and it'll be fine. But it would be good if I got a couple more things accomplished, especially the gate posts, because that freaking bull that came up in here the other night, um, I think he would have busted through my yard fence to get to that water. That's that's a thing, but whatever. Beth, I didn't think you did. I just, it said, I got that message and I was like, I didn't change it. But then we got a couple of weird messages. So I've had somebody trying to hack my accounts for a while. And I keep changing things, but whatever. Oh, you're fine. You're fine, Mary. Don't worry about it. If you're cool with that, it's fine with me. You tested out a new option. Want me to undo? No, no, no. You can leave it. I mean, right now we're good. Um, how are you doing, Mary? Are you back in New Mexico yet? Um, but anyways, I'm very much aware that Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day is the beginning of FOT or Tabernacles, um, I'll be camping. And of course, it's another opportunity for me to adjust the stuff I have for my travel side of my life as well. And, it's for more opportunity for Wendy to practice. Oh, speaking of Wendy, Howard, who is Leanna's like companion friend, maybe. I don't know if he's a boyfriend, but whatever you want to call him. Companion, friend, neighbor, whatever. Howard was over at Leanna's and hunted for Wendy's harness, and he found it, and it wasn't under the porch. Thank goodness, because that might have been hard to get out. I don't know. It evidently was stuck on the back of the wood pile. She must have caught it on a log or something. I don't know. But I'm so grateful to have her harness back. So we have that. Oh, you're in Fort Bragg. Okay. So, so I started I started this week bringing split and small wood up to the yard for the firewood rack that is in the yard. See, there's so many rodents here, and the chipmunks have been really incredibly busy this year. Um, but rats, mice, chipmunks, all that kind of stuff. There's been so many. So I don't want the wood stacked on the front porch. So I have the wood rack that I thought something was wrong with it and it couldn't be fixed, and I was going to get rid of it. My son fixed it in like 10-15 minutes, something like that. He said, I totally believe that you put this together by the directions, but that one piece of metal is in the wrong place, and that's why it's fallen apart. And so it goes here, and he screwed it together, and it's fine. And because the bottom, like the shelf at the bottom, the part that's the lowest, um, sometimes the wood was falling through. I wired a piece of hardware cloth right on that so that it has like a floor on it now. So the wood doesn't fall through. And that's in the yard, but closer to the fence so um, that Wendy and the cat can help protect us from the rodents. And so what happens is where the big wood pile is, the firewood pile, I can go out there and um, split the wood and then bring the wheelbarrow or the wagon back with split small wood and put it over there. And then that's where I go get the wood for putting in the wood stove in the house. And it looks like I have this other decision I'm making, but it looks like since the wood cook stove did not sell, there's only one person interested. She can't afford it. Well, there were two people interested. They can't afford it. But my friend Chris came by the other day. But Chris is a woman. Um, she came by the other day and she was looking at it with me and she goes, Lesa, I've got to go to Ohio. There's all these places with Amish people and Mennonite people and their wood stoves and stuff. If you're having trouble finding a part, send me pictures and measurements, and I'll pick them up for you while I'm gone. And I went, oh crap. Well, okay. So maybe I am going to get to use the cook stove. Let me go back. I saw a couple of cues. Leanna said, the adopted big brother. I'm so sorry, Leanna. I didn't know what I never know what to call him. I always wanted. Very protective, great friend of my late husband. There you go. Adoptive big brother. Uh, and then Beth says, many thanks to Howard. Yeah, absolutely many thanks to Howard. Because I didn't know what I was gonna do without Wendy's harness. That was problematic for me there for a while. Mm. But she's such a good dog. I mean, seriously. It's just that large dogs that don't know her can be a danger because even if she's a good dog to the big dog, if the big dog's going to be mean to her, she could get hurt. So that's a thing, but it's not. Anyways, we even went to one of the farmers market days and I let her out. There were no other big dogs. So I let her out. She didn't even go further than maybe 5 or 6 feet from my feet. She really stayed close to me. So without a leash. So, I'm very pleased. She pays attention good. So she's a well trained dog. So, I see Beth has a at Bruce. Please put 3 uppercase Q's in front of any questions or comments you want Lesa to read. Thumbs up. Yep, that's true. Please. And please do the thumbs up and stuff. Um, we've got like 7,500 subscribers on the channel, and I haven't even done any good videos in a long time. And maybe I'll get back to that because things are starting to be more organized and settled. I am so grateful that Jess started the front porch railing. It kept that bull off the porch because he had his head stuck in on the porch railing. And I was like, if he's strong enough, I don't know. But seriously, he didn't come on the porch. And I've had a bull on the porch, but well, I've had a cow on the porch before. But this was a bull. He's I don't know, but I don't know. Anyway, um so oh, and my other friend, I feel like I'm doing better with starting to have real live community in my life. Okay. And I think that this is an important part of the healing process as well. I think, yes, there's a time and a place for um, having a lot of bone broth or for a short period of time doing lion diet or carnivore diet and being strict about it for a while. I think it's a very healing thing. I think being raw vegan can be healing, but I don't think any of those things are for long term for anybody. I think that being grateful and having community is important, and I think that my being a little more active with actual real people in my life, I think it's helping me a lot. So, one of my other friends and neighbors, Alicia, has started to use her sourdough she started making sourdough bread again. She just does it seasonally, which is reasonable. And she tried making sourdough bagels and got all excited that it was working so well. So now she's selling those. And I found out about it enough ahead of Holy Days that I finagled away and she delivered me bagels yesterday. Yay! So I have sourdough bagels. And I ate 3 yesterday, but it's all I ate. And they were really good, but it's all I had to eat yesterday. And not that it was the only food here, but it was what I did. And then today I'm not hungry. So I've been having my black coffee this morning. I had my little cup of kefir this morning. I think I had a little too much fruit yesterday. I ate a whole pomegranate yesterday, and it was only so good. It wasn't the best one I've ever had. Wendy is barking a lot. All right, let me see what you guys are talking about. Um, Beth says, "Oh, I can't see what kind of emoji it is. Strong like bull. Movie quote. Oh, okay. I don't know that movie quote, but um, yeah. I mean, this bull, it's dark out, and I hear this big clank. I had a piece of stone. It was 2 inches thick, at least, by maybe 3 inches wide, and by maybe a foot and a half long, or eight, I don't know, 15, nah, it's more than 15 inches, whatever. Anyway, um, that was on top of it was a trash can, but the rain barrel, I had the lid turned upside down and this piece of stone on top of it to keep anything from getting in the barrel. And it's the only gutter I've got on the house. The barrel was full, and I hear this loud clank, and I'm like, what the crap was that? And I started to go to the window, and Wendy started barking, and I was like, Wendy, you got to calm down and let mama see what it is first, right? And I pick her up, and we're looking out the window, and here's this big bull, and he just sticks his head in the porch and looks at me. And so I go out and I make all these, noises, cowboy noises, trying to get rid of him. And he just keeps drinking. He had moved a piece of stone, got the lid off, had his head inside the barrel. And I mean, I'm so glad he didn't have any horns. But, and then he tipped the barrel over, and there went at least 33 gallons, if not more. I don't know how big that trash can was, but it was 33 gallons, 50 gallons, I don't know, of water on the ground because he just tipped it over. And then he stepped on it, and I was like, oh no, there goes the only rain barrel I got. And, but the rain barrel's fine. It's not busted. I thought it would be busted. It's not, but I can't put it back where it was because he'll come back. I called the neighbor thinking the neighbor would, come down and help me or something, and they didn't. And they said, oh, he's been around up here drinking out of everything, and I'm surprised it's the first time he's been at your house. And I was like, I hardly ever have trouble with cattle. Like, it's been years since I've had trouble with cattle. I get it. He was thirsty, and that's all it was he was thirsty, and then he went away. But if he's having trouble getting water at the neighbors, he'll come back. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me go back. Wendy knew, yes. And then he stepped on it too, yes. And then left me a great big plop of cow poop. So, yes, I'll put the cow poop in either the compost or the garden bed or something. But at the same time, it's right there beside the porch. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. But anyway, so back to I don't know if I finished the comment that when Chris had come, uh part of the payment for that table was for her to get me a bale of straw. Well, part of that straw is going out um to enclose the compost pile and insulate the compost pile. And then part of that straw is going in the shower house in the cat beds to make sure the cat stays warm enough this winter. And so I got that to do. I heard from Jess. Jess is trying to he just started the process of getting disability. I hope and pray that he is doing it in a way that will actually help him. It's kind of a weird time to be trying to get disability, but whatever. Um, he has a really bad back. And he said that he will come back and he will help. So, yeah, the cow will be back, of course. And so that barrel can't be where it is. And the barrel can't be in a place where he can smell water. I don't care if he goes over and drinks out of the bird bath / pond. That's what that's for over there, is if an animal comes through, drink out of that one. It's got an open top on it. There's not much you can do to it. And if it gets ruined, it gets ruined. But don't take my barrels. So I got to figure out my gutters and rain storage because I really want that stuff. But I don't know how that's going to happen right now. That's a project that needs some thought because I don't know how you move the water if you take if you put the downspouts down. Can't you go underground and over to a tank for the water? But if you've gone down, how do you make sure the level, does that make sense? How do you make sure the level goes high enough? Because coming straight off of the roof, then you'd have to have the water storage close enough. Anyways, just gonna have to like, I don't want to do it today. I don't want to have to figure that out today. But or I've got to have sealed, maybe that's part of it, rain barrels for each gutter, but that doesn't make much sense. So somewhere along the line I got to get that figured out. Not today. I have water. I can afford to have somebody bring me water if I am starting to run low. So for right now, not worried about it. I would like for me to get the gutter on the very front of the cabin so that the steps don't get slippery with ice this winter. And I would like to get the gutter on the very back of the cabin so that I don't have a big puddle right at the back of the cabin. So those two things I'll try to get done before we get much snow, but whatever. All right. I see Donna K saying she's got to go. Love you, Donna K. Try to have a great week, okay? Oh, I'm seeing Beth said, yeah, he'll be back. Yep. And then Beth is saying, at least he paid for his drink. Yeah, there you go. And then Donna K's leaving. And then Beth said, once you go down, you use an Archimedes screw to get it back up again. Self-propelled, no energy source needed. Um, okay. So so yeah, I told somebody my idea for doing water, well, two different people actually. And they both did the things I was talking about. And I was surprised, but they never explained it to me and they never helped me do it at my house. So, that's nice that I gave you the idea for how to make it work for you, but darn, you could help me out a little bit. So, it's all good. And then one of those guys died, so whatever. Um I have a weird thing going on with my eye right now. I'm a little tired, maybe mentally tired from a bunch of thinking, but kind of in the corner of my eye right here, it almost looks like there's kaleidoscope colors. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't have that. I don't know if that's new or something weird. Anyways, so yeah, and if one barrel was higher than any of the places I wanted to use it, then it could gravity feed everything really well. And I mean, I've always had it in the back of my mind that I would like a water container to be behind the shower house and a little bit raised so that it could be more gravity fed. But behind the shower house is in like a cove of trees, so it's protected from weather and stuff. And if and people can't see it the same. Um, and I know my son wanted to buy a big tank and half bury it in the ground and do all these. It's too much. It's not the right time. Um, I need to be able to use my freaking toilet and wash my dishes and more than I need to make sure that there's a 3,000 gallon tank on the property. And Josh didn't understand that at all until he came this trip. And then he went, "Oh, well, I thought that thing I was doing for you last year was going to be the last time you were going to do it." And I was like, "I know, but you hadn't thought through the fact that I don't even have a working toilet. So all the things you're trying to do, you're 6 steps ahead of what I need for right now." Oh, well, maybe I should listen to you. And then when he drove down this time, one of the things he said to me was that um, he just couldn't understand why I kept saying there's no way you can get one of those shed houses up in here to convert to a house. And he said, "But when I drove in with my own truck, oh crap, you are absolutely right, Mom. And oh crap, your cabin is in the middle of the width of your property." I was like, "Yeah, it is. I have this long, skinny piece. And I am right in the middle of it." And he goes, "I thought you had way more land." And I was like, "Well, I do it down the bottom, but up here where you can drive to it, whole different thing." Anyway, so that's where that stuff is going. So yeah, I thought about the fact that I can't yet imagine taking a trip this winter, yet there will be bad weather this winter. We always have it. And if I get a chance, I might go somewhere. But I would like to have the leaks in the tracker roof fixed first, because I don't want to be partway somewhere and just have everything in the back of the tracker soaking wet. Because, yes, I have like a waterfall in there. That's no fun. Beth says, "Maybe he should listen to you." Question, question, question. Yeah. Hallelujah. Hopefully, we have a breakthrough. Listening is critical. Yeah. Yeah. He actually had a little sit down. He was like, "So, Mom, I need you to sit down. I need you to talk to me." And, it was like yawn 3 hours or whatever. And I mean, I appreciate him, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of a little bit long and drawn out. And he was saying, he was saying, "So some of these things I did for you, I did them because XYZ." And I said, "I know, but did you check with me whether that's what I needed?" And he said, "No, I guess I didn't. I just, everybody needs that." Well, he goes, "Oh, yeah, you're not everybody." And then he goes, "But everybody has told me my whole life that all you do is lie. And so I've been told you're horrible with money, you lie, you cheat, you are mean to people." And he goes, "But I don't see it." And he goes, "Maybe you're not lying. Maybe you're telling the truth." I was like, "Well, that's interesting." So, you know, the things people are told when, yeah. And I don't know, kind of a sidebar comment I'm about to make, but I never remarried after my ex husband. And I knew when I got divorced that the chances were that God would not let me get remarried. Because I made a covenant with God when I got married. But then I found out later that my husband didn't. And my husband went on to be with my friend from church and then with multiple girlfriends and whatever. And I don't even like have contact with him. I just have heard this through my kids. But I did my best to not talk bad about him. I did my best to be, I made mistakes. I dated other people I shouldn't have. I lived with somebody for a while. Shouldn't have done that, but whatever. Um, but I don't know if I'm ever going to find out if my ex-husband is dead or not. I know through Joshua, I know that he signed himself into a nursing home, and that because of that, he has no money. And evidently my daughter is still using drugs, so I don't know much about that, but whatever. Um, 3 hours off-grid lifestyle. Yep, we're not the mainstream. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And my son knows what off-grid lifestyles is about. And when I was teaching him when he was young, when I was teaching him about money and things like that, and like I homeschooled my kids for a long time. And so part of their math lessons were going grocery shopping. And so Joshua, today it's your turn to get 3 cans of green beans or whatever it was, right? And so you have to pick them out. You have to, once he was old enough, first it was, can you count to three? Get me three, right? Second, it was, now I need you to get me 3 of those and 2 of these. And you go down that aisle and I'll go down this one, right? To give him the opportunity to learn those kinds of math. And then when he got older, it was find me um, the best cost for 3 cans, right? And so that gave him extra. He was pretty smart in math. Anyway, um, uh, yeah, we're not the mainstream. So yeah, so I don't know what I was talking about. Let me go back here. Beth said, so glad he sees you in a different light. Me too. Although it's still, it's still a challenge because old habits die hard. It's the way life is, right? But so I've got to, what have I got to do? Got to wash dishes. I got some more of this tool storage crap things to straighten out or just throw crap away. Sometimes I'm like, but it's too good to throw away. And then I'm like, yeah, but who cares? I mean, uh, I have a bag sitting between the wood stove and the door. It's all the stuff that came out of the tracker when it broke down. And every time I go through that bag, I get overwhelmed and I put it all back in the bag. And I'm like, and there's things like Gooby gone in there and stuff. So I need to take it out and put that with the other stuff that makes sense, right? But so anyways, I know what I was saying before was yes, a challenge. He spent years listening to lies. That's a hurdle he has to overcome. Praying. Yeah. Yeah. Prayer emojis. Yeah. Yeah, so my son has off-grid and alternative lifestyle experience, and but yet I taught him when he was young that it was important for a man to buy a house, and when he was 17, he bought a house. It had burned. It was on a small lot. He rebuilt it and then sold it He was going to live there his whole life, and something happened with an ex-wife, and he sold it, made a little bit of money, and moved on. Um, but that's that's the kinds of things that I taught him, was about being responsible and how men need to be a different kind of responsible than women. Now, that's not, oh, I don't know how to be politically correct because the world's gone crazy. But the fact that men have different things that they're really good at compared to women who have different things that they're really good at. And so if you appreciate the differences, you can work with that. Anyway, um anyway, so that's that. Leanna's saying, what kind of tripod do you like for your phone? I like a tripod that is lightweight, folds up into a very small kind of package so that if and when I travel, I don't have to fight where it goes. I like one I can take with me almost anywhere. Um, in my Amazon wish list for myself, not my store, my wish list, I have got a 360 camera with its tripod selfie stick thing. Um, this particular camera, when I was at Overland Expo in the spring, it was a new camera. That thing's a little pricey, but it is in my wish list because I can't afford it yet, okay? Um, but the selfie stick and tripod, it's a selfie stick tripod thing, but it folds down really, really small and it becomes really, really long so that you can use that camera almost as if it was a drone. You can get it high enough above your head. And a lot of the other YouTubers that I camped near and interacted with in at Overland Expo in Flagstaff in the spring, that was May, I think. Um, they all were just getting it and loving it. And Michael from Drive the Globe had used it when he was bicycle camping in Baja. And so it mounts on your vehicle dash easily. It also can mount on a bicycle handlebars or whatever. I mean, I'm not bicycling right now. I used to love to bicycle. I don't know if I could. I don't know about my stability, but um, I've been kind of holding out because I can't remember if that camera is $300 or $500, but it's a number of dollars. But that's what I want next because then I could start to do some of the other kind of videoing for content on the channel, not just the live streams, but it's a whole thing. So I'm sorry, I know it's an expensive thing, but that's the answer to that, Leanna. Um, and then Beth said, wow, impressive at 17. Yes. Beth said, I said that several times. Men and women have different abilities and roles. It's in the Bible. Not to mean you can't cross the invisible line. Oops, too long to type here. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. And Leanna saying, does that work for your phone also, or is it just a camera tripod? I think it could work for my phone as well. I'm not sure. I need to check. Um, because I think the way it attaches is with that bolt screw on thing that I think they call a gumshoe, which is just the size of a bolt that can, so I could get a thing for the back of my phone that screws on it. So I need to check if that's possible, but I hope so. Because that's what I wanted to go to next for camera stuff. But I did, I like just using a phone. So I don't, maybe I just need to do some more research, Leanna, about tripods. My last tripod, I paid $25 for it on Amazon. It folded up into like the size of a small umbrella. And so it was okay to put in a backpack or something, or to stick it in a car. It didn't fit in my little tiny bag I take as my daily carry bag is a sling, which I need to upgrade that sling. And so I would have to do some research probably, Leanna. I see you're asking for that. I must be shaking my hand a lot today. Um, so any more questions, comments, stuff I can help somebody else with for nomading or off grid? Or I saw somebody put a video out. They were getting ready to do their van build. I didn't even watch the video. They were getting ready to do a van build and they wanted ideas from other people. And I thought, oh, I could do that. And then I didn't watch the video and I got going, you know what? There'll be other people who want to do that so bad because it'll make them famous. So let them do it. I don't care. Um, I would have to check Leanna about that tripod thing. I'm not sure. Um, I used to have one of the phone connectors that's the same as what Chrome uses in Van City Van Life. He still uses that connector for his phone. And it screws onto lots of tripods and other things. But I never thought about the fact Chrome likes heavy duty stuff. And so it was too heavy for me to carry around with me everywhere. And then, and it was, you have to screw things on and fiddle with them. And I was like, yeah, that's too much work. I like the use the phone, get it over with, only film once, you know. Um, yeah, so I'll have to look. A lot of the people, there's Pack Hackers YouTube channel. I look at all their ultra lightweight travel gear for filming and stuff. I check their stuff out often. They think more like I do. Keep it lightweight. Is it something you can carry in a bag? Stuff like that. Um, I'll have to look. I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't know. I've been so focused on making sure that the basic processes here, washing dishes, cooking, going to the bathroom, were reasonable and less problematic for everybody involved that haven't even thought about taking a trip. I mean, it's not never, but yeah, I just realized I need a break again. So, and like I said, with Tabernacles coming up, I'll get a break. Just not quite sure what I'm doing yet or where I'm doing it at. All right. Is that it for today, or do we have more questions and stuff? I sent Brad and Lily, okay, Lily's his dog. I sent them a message to find out what they're doing this winter. Beth is saying Pack Hacker is a good channel for gear question. Absolutely. Yeah, I like their stuff. Of course, they think like me, you know. I used to love that. Just get on a plane and go somewhere. Get on a train and go somewhere. Uh, well, if we don't have anything more, I think I'm going to go. You guys got any more? I'm yawning. I have to go start something with charcoal in order to cook something today. So, I should measure the back of that stove for the parts for my friend Chris. And then when Alicia was here, Alicia said, you know, there's this place in Gallup. Do you know that place? You should go check there. He has all kinds of parts for old wood stoves. Maybe he's just got something. And I was like, oh, all right. No, I don't know that place in Gallup. So. All right. Well, y'all have a good week. Come on back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Pray for each other. Pray for the world. Pray for clarity on whatever decisions people need to make. And I'll see you next week. Ciao.